Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host Eric Smith, and I'm interrupting my normal video release schedule for a special review. Um, this is an ebook, and it is, let's see if I can do this, Horror 101, The Way Forward. This has been out for about a week, and I wanted to do this little review as quickly as possible and get it out there and maybe drum up some interest. So Horror 101, The Way Forward, is edited by Joe Meinhardt and co-edited by Emma Owdsley. And in full disclosure, Emma is a friend of mine. And she even gives me a shout out in the book because I looked over her essay before she sent it in. And she was kind enough to give me a little credit, so my name's in there. But that being said, I try to remain objective and not let that affect my opinion. So Horror 101 is a nonfiction book of writing advice. It's not really a how-to book in that it doesn't go deep into pacing and plot and character development and elements of story and all of that. It's more tips and tricks and little things you can do as a writer. There are a couple little writing exercises from one of the authors in here. Quite a few authors. People like Jack Ketchum, Graham Masterton, Ramsey Campbell, Lisa Morton, Lucy Snyder, Gary McMahon, just tons and tons of great authors. If you're a horror fan, you should recognize at least a few of those names, if not all. So it's just a whole bunch of essays, most of which are anecdotal, which I like. Gives a feel almost as if you're talking to the author and you're sitting down at the bar and they're just giving you a little advice on writing horror and how what worked for them. There's a lot of what worked for them kind of things in here. As I said, it's anecdotal, so it's this is how I did it. This is what worked for me. Hopefully it will work for you. I'm gonna have to keep touching my tablet screen here to keep it from falling asleep. And you can watch me look at my tablet as I'm doing this, just kind of looking at some of the other names that are in here. But anyway, I like the anecdotal aspect of it. A lot of them are really fun. There are a few that I'm not a big fan of. I don't know if it's that anecdotal format, but there are a few of the essays that just seem sort of, hey, look at me. It's all about me. Self-promotion. Just a few of them. Just kind of, look at me. This is how great I am. And then a little something tacked on at the end to say, here's my advice. That was my impression. I actually kind of got that impression from some of the author bios. Just a very few of them. I don't mind an author bio that says so-and-so is a Bram Stoker Award winner for his novel, whatever. And he also wrote this, this, and this. But some of the bios seem to list like every award that the author has won, or everything they've ever written, which to me is overkill. Mention a few things. There are a lot of links in this book. So if you've caught my eye, I'll go to your site and I'll look that stuff up. But some of the bios are just really, really long. That's just a little thing. Little nitpick on my part. But overall, it's a really fun book. Really inspirational book. I think if you're a writer or a wannabe writer, this is the kind of book that will give you a kick in the pants and get you down sitting at the keyboard or doing it the old-fashioned way like I used to with a pen and paper. Wow, does anybody do that anymore? But these essays will definitely get the juices flowing. And they cover everything from getting started on a story, finding inspiration, coming up with ideas, to writing screenplays. I believe, yeah, Lisa Morton has an essay on writing a screenplay, which is actually the first 2 parts of a series that she has, and there's a link. So the nice thing about an ebook is there's all sorts of links in here, so you can read the first 2 parts of Lisa Morton's series here, and then hit the link, and you can read the rest. So you've got screenplay writing, dealing with publishers, dealing with reviewers, networking, which is one that I liked a lot. Lucy Snyder actually lists a few conventions that she believes that would be good for networking. So you can go out there and meet publishers and other writers and get to meet and talk with some of these people. Again, I'm glancing down at the tablet here. A few essays on self-publishing. Oh boy, that could be a very long video if I get into self-publishing. It's a double-edged sword. Not sure I agree with everything that was said in these couple of essays, but it's going to give you some insight. And as they say, it's a choice you have to make for yourself if you want to be a writer, whether you want to go the traditional route, as it's known at this point, or go self-publishing. I think a few years down the road, the traditional route won't be so traditional anymore. Not saying if that's good or bad. I'm keeping my opinion out of it at this point as far as that goes. But there it is, a little something about self-publishing. Let's see, there's an essay about running a website. A lot of, I mentioned how some of this stuff seems self-promotional, which I wasn't a fan of, but I guess as an author, especially one just starting out, you have to be self-promotional. So there's an essay about setting up and running a website so that you can brand yourself. You are the product, apparently. Well, your book is the product, but you have to sell yourself as well. Stuff about horror comics, running a web serial, all sorts of, again, just really good stuff. They're not all winners, but there's plenty in here. Plenty, plenty, plenty. You're going to find something that is helpful or inspirational. I forgot to mention Edward Lee, one of my favorite authors. He's got an essay in here. How could I forget that? It's late. It's almost 4 in the morning. So there you have it. That's, I got to scroll back to the cover so I can show you again, as always. Love these covers that I'm showing. It's freaky. So that's Horror 101, The Way Forward. It does say career advice by seasoned professionals on the cover there. As I said, this is an ebook. It's available on Amazon for 99 cents. Not sure about any other venues. It is by Crystal Lake Publishing, and I have heard that there will be a paperback edition coming out that will be a little different, it sounds like. Maybe a few things that aren't in this one, a few things in here maybe being removed. Yeah, it's all legal, contractual stuff. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. But it's 99 cents and 414 pages, something like that. And there's a lot of good advice in here. A lot of fun stuff there. Oh, I wish I could. There was one that I just thought was really fun. A lot of fun. But I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head or I would tell you. But as I said, I like the anecdotal nature for the most part. Definitely nothing dry in here. The chapters are pretty short, or the essays, I should say. Each chapter is an essay. Relatively short, quick little things, but it works. It's gonna get you to buckle down. I know that it's anytime I read something like this, I'm just ready to lock myself in a room and just write, and see what happens. And I think hopefully, if you're an aspiring horror writer or writer of anything actually, maybe this is the kick in the pants you need to buckle down. And there's an essay about that, about always making the time to write, setting up your workspace, getting into the routine of writing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff covered in this book. Writer's block right there. See, I just keep getting caught up in looking over here at this. So, hey, I say pick it up, 99 cents. How can you go wrong with that? I'll be picking up a copy of the paperback when it comes out because I want to have that on my shelf. Plus, I want to see what other little goodies might be in the paperback that aren't in here. Of course, you won't have the actual links in the paperback, which is always nice when you're in the middle of your book and you see something and you can just click on it and it'll take you to where you want to go. So this is a good little book. I recommend it. Horror 101, the way forward. A lot of reflection, I think, on my little tablet screen. Very old, beat up tablet. Horror 101, the way forward. 99 cents. Career advice from seasoned professionals. It's good stuff. Pick it up. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or corrections, please leave them in the comment section below. Please share, like, and subscribe, and read more books. Thanks.